In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. Tonight or today, I'm gonna talk about voiced and voiceless sounds. Voiced and voiceless sounds. In order for you to understand what we mean, I have given you one page on your WhatsApp, and this is this one. You can see easily what we are talking about. What we are going to talk about is down here as Mizmar al-Hanjara or Mizmar al-Hunjura, as you can see in Fusha. Mizmar al-Hunjura or al-Hanjara. Well, this is important for us, and if you actually come to look at what we have here, just look at my, in fact, nose, neck, in order to find this area. This area is important in phonetics. Why we make, in fact, vibrations here, where inside this part, which is called in English as Adam's apple. Adam's apple means something like سیب آدم in Farsi or تفاح آدمی. تفاح آدمی. Why? Because in men this part looks bigger. Looks like something like a small apple. Okay? So in English they call it Adam's apple. Back to our job. What is important here in Mizmar al-Hunjara, or what is there? We have al-ahbal al-sawtiyya. Al-ahbal al-sawtiyya. Okay, we are going to talk about these things, well, and about their, in fact, function in our language. Back here, I'll go to another page that I gave you. Okay, this is another page for, in fact, the phonetics of sounds, and as well as for the medicine. Okay, it is part of your anatomy. It is part of my anatomy, and we are going to talk about it. Well, if you actually look at here inside the Adam's apple, okay, we have got something called sort of, the name is glottis. Glottis, okay? What is glottis? Look at my two fingers. Glottis, glottis is this gate that you can see on picture 1 and 2 and 3 to the left of the picture that you see. Okay, so what happens to the glottis? The glottis has got two, in fact, folds, like a curtain. This is a picture of a curtain, as you can see there. Okay, so they have got two curtains here inside the Adam's apple. Okay, like you can see on picture 1 to the right, 2 to the right, and 3 to the right. They are the same, of course. In English, sometimes instead of folds, they call it as vocal cords. Habel. Okay, so vocal cords or vocal folds in Arabic could be called, in Fusha could be al-ahwal al-sawtiyya, as you can see. This is so important that we are going to talk about it just now. What happens about these two things that we have? Well, first of all, you have to know it is made of cartilage or غضروف. Inside the whole big غضروف here, inside the big cartilage here, we have these three pictures like this, located exactly here. Look at my hand and look at my fingers, in fact, close to each other, touching each other, and like this. So it is something like this, which is exactly located here. Okay? I actually have problems talking to you because there are problems with the blackboard. I've got problems with whiteboard because we cannot see each other so clearly. And if you have got questions, you have to go to your, in fact, WhatsApp page. Back to our job. What happens here? Well, inside this glottis, there are two, in fact, curtains which go like this. Okay, picture 1, 2, and 3. Well, for pictures 3, they are like this, open. Air can pass easily out, like this, the way I say, etc. What happens? We actually let them open in order to let air go out. This is picture 3. Let's go to talk about picture 1. Okay? Picture 1 is in the rest position when they are closed. Okay? For example, when you want to eat food, they are closed because you don't want to let food go to your lungs. Look at my lungs. Okay, they have got two lungs which are like balloons. Well, in Farsi, sometimes they call it shosh, sometimes they call it riya. Okay, riya. Okay, so you don't you don't let something go down into your lungs. Okay, like this. So the picture is like this closed. Neither picture 1 on top, nor picture 3 below is important for us. Why? Because they are not important in the production of sounds. What do? We go and look at this number 3, okay, which is in fact the mechanism of making voice or phonation. Sometimes they call it voicing, sometimes they call it as phonation. Okay, what happens here? Here there are, in fact, we have something we call it as voice box. Voice box. What is inside the voice box? These two curtains or two, in fact, folds are there, or two, in fact, vocal folds or vocal cords are there. What is in Arabic? Well, in Arabic they sometimes call it as صندوق الصوت. صندوق الصوت. Okay, what happens? Let us see. Well, actually, you actually make a kind of vibration here. I've got a mobile. It actually vibrates when I want to talk to somebody. That person actually can put it on the tune, the sound, or the vibration, or both. Okay. Well, the mobile says something like this when they want to inform. It wants to inform you of a call. Okay, the same kind of vibration or الاهتزاز الأحبال الصوتية الأحبال الصوتية happens here. What happens? Well, I'm talking about picture 2. What happens? They are not closed. They are not open. But they are like this, partially open, a little opening inside. Can you see? Let's see my, in fact, left ear, left eye. Okay, it's like this. Neither open nor closed. What happens? When air wants to go through this narrow opening, what happens? It becomes vibrating. They become vibrating. These two things become vibrating. You can see the picture number 2 here, okay? Picture in the middle, okay? Which is the vocal folds or vocal cords in the vibration position. What happens here? Look, for number 2 in the middle, you say like this. Let me open my mouth a bit, like this, and say something like this. This is the vibration. I can do without vibration. Say, no vibration. Vibration, yes. No vibration. Closed. I close it and open it and cough, make cough. Okay? When you cough like this, what do? You actually close it and suddenly open and you let air go out. Why? Because you want to throw out everything out of your, in fact, lungs. Lungs, okay? You don't want to put anything there, okay? You throw everything out, okay? So it is the mechanism, a mechanism that is used in, well, the production of sounds. So this is vibration. So far, so good. Is it needed? Yes, it is highly needed in your speech when you actually produce the sounds here. You produce the vibration here. Why? Because there are consonants and vowels in English. Some consonants are voiced, some consonants are voiceless. Of course, all vowels are voiced. Let us talk about them like this. So, in order for you to understand what sound I'm going to talk about now, I am done with the picture 1 and picture 2. Picture 1 was about Arabic, picture 2 was about the phonetics of vibration or phonation here. Well, from now on, I want to move to, let's say, the sounds that are voiced and the sounds that are voiceless. If there are vibrations,